And I'm joined here by Grant. Grant, how are you doing here tonight, man?
Oh, it's an honor to finally be back behind the headset, especially with the RGL commissioner himself, Joey Hogan.
Now, you've known Nick Richards longer than I have, and you've seen some of Nick Richards' showings.
I'm not exactly going to put that on my resume, but yeah, sure.
So what would you say that Jesse needs to focus on wrestling Nick here? What would you say needs to be his main focus?
His main focus has absolutely got to be keeping it inside the ring. I was wondering, I was trying to picture what you were thinking when you signed this match, because I understand that it technically should be a great learning experience for Jesse Adler, but at the same time, you could be sending him down that road that Nick Richards loves to take and putting him in a near crippling situation, considering the matches we've seen Nick Richards evolve in just this year alone.
Yeah, but you know, Jesse Adler, he came to me and he said he wanted to show himself. He wanted to prove himself here in the RGL. He wanted to prove himself against a guy who's been here for a long time, and this is the only option that I had left, but I said I wouldn't put him in the match if I didn't have faith in him, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely, and you know, God willing, the kid will walk out of here alive. But the last time we saw Nick Richards in a CWF Mid-Atlantic ring, it was that street fight he had with Chris Lee. And Chris Lee won it. Chris Lee beat Nick Richards on Nick's own territory. But what a horrifically violent war that one was.
Yeah. And I have to agree with what you said starting this. Jesse needs to keep it in the ring. He needs to keep it technical with Nick Richards. And if they go outside the ring, it's like you point to the advantage will go to Nick Richards by far, because you've seen how he handled Donnie Dollars in the dog collar match and going back to that, and he is just mercifully grabbing Jesse by the hair right now and raking his face, man.
And I will say, coming in between the Chris Lee street fight, and obviously he's looking towards next week, the CWF Rumble, as well as the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team title match he's got on the line. Nick Richards, this could just be another night for him. He not even may be thinking about Jesse Adler, and that could be his downfall.
But the RGL is for, it's for giving guys opportunity, maybe to show their talent, maybe to show their skill, maybe to prove that they're ready to take the step to the next level.
Sure, one of the most fascinating things we've really seen tonight, we kicked off the night with the RGL champion Charlie Weston against the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion Roy Wilkins. Roy Wilkins is a guy that had been there before. Roy Wilkins was a Rising Generation League champion. And right here we have a similar situation where Nick Richards held that RGL title for nearly a year. And I'm sure Jesse Adler, his first real aspirations in this sport has to be to become an RGL champion.
Yep. And you look at Charlie, the RGL champion, he had an impressive showing here tonight, and we just give it all up for Charlie Weston, because he could have walked out of here with the title earlier.
Oh, exactly. And obviously, the odds were against Charlie Weston just like they're against Jesse Adler here, but you can learn so much. The wrestler that we're watching right now in the ring in Jesse Adler is not the same wrestler we'll be watching a year from now or 2 years from now. It's matches like this that will make him better. And look at Jesse Adler, a series of leapfrogs. One step ahead of the lost cause.
And I want to point this out to you and ask you real quick, do you think the absence of Jason Miller here tonight will affect Nick Richards any, give or take?
Well, yes. Without Jason Miller here, that's one less advantage that Nick Richards is going to have. And Nick caught him there, spinning Adler back around to the corner.
Passes him on by.
Oh, sunset flip.
1, 2, just a 2.
Just a 2, but it was a close one, and now jackknife hit by Adler. King Justice making another count in a series of near falls by Jesse Adler. One step ahead.
One more.
Going for the backslide here, has it down, and once again, Nick Richards barely out before the 3.
There was 3 close calls right there that Jesse Adler could have won this match. And he is not going to give up easily, and you can tell by the fight in his eyes that he's here to prove something here tonight.
A second monkey flip.
Oh, nice little back row.
Don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but so far I'd have to say this has got to be one of the most impressive showings we've seen out of Jesse Adler in his young career, but he ran right into the big foot of Nick Richards. Snaps his head right against that middle rope.
And you can see Nick, he's getting more intense. He is getting more intense. He came in thinking this was going to be an easy cakewalk for him.
He's going for that cactus clothesline over the top, and he nearly decapitated Jesse Adler with it.
Oh, and here they go outside the ring like you alluded to. This is Nick Richards' stomping ground right here. This is where he becomes the most violent man that we may ever see.
I understand Jesse Adler's head's barely attached to his shoulders right now, but he's got to get back
Is he
to that
looking at
ring.
that cactus elbow?
He may be. He's got to be getting out of harm's way as soon as possible. Get back inside this ring, where at least there's some semblance of control. Richards flies, but
whoa! Oh, right by the hair and just. Where is Kane Justice calling when you need it? I mean,
well, it is outside the ring. Kane Justice is pretty much doing all he can by administering the 10 count.
Yeah.
But again, Kane Justice.
Oh no! What is Nick doing?
Trying to choke the life of Adler with that ring apron. You know, let's keep in mind, Kane Justice is just at a rookie.
Why does he have a chair? Why is there a chair? Oh, he's just gonna sit in it and taunt Jesse Adler.
Nick Richards, one of the most sadistic individuals in CWF history.
And this all happened when he thought that his so-called, what he said, brothers before him wasn't treating him fairly. When he decided to take a step and be his own man, that's when all the downfall started happening.
Well, Nick Richards has reasoned a lot of things out in his head that only make sense in his own head.
Oh, exactly. Repeated boots to the face of Jesse Adler, just. I'll tell you what, maybe this wasn't a good decision after all, but.
As long as Jesse Adler can walk out of here under his own power, then it was a commendable idea you had.
Just getting that shoulder into the ribs, and Nick Richards just not what? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that shoulder! That could be a big advantage for Jesse Adler right there, Grant. That could be a turning point. He just has to.
Rookie or not, he was able to grab that move, and now Adler just trying to throw anything at Richards, trying to get some kind of offensive advantage. Richards ducks down, Adler trips over him. I really wonder if Adler had anything at all in mind coming off the ropes there, because Richards caught him completely off guard, and now Richards back on the offense.
Choking him again.
You know, this crowd has really taken to this young Jesse Adler in the short amount of time he's been competing in the squared circle. No one home again.
Oh! I know me and you both heard that one, and I felt it just a little bit.
Hope Jesse Adler didn't have a big supper before he got in the ring tonight.
Oh no, there he goes again, the sadistic.
Look at Richards trying to get Adler outside the ring again. See, when it goes into this territory, you know, that's when Richards is trying to do more than just win a match.
And in everybody's eyes, I think Nick Richards is trying to prove a point and just saying that he is a lost cause, that nobody ever cared about him, and he's just trying to hurt everybody.
He's trying to destroy the hope in these young kids. The same hope that Nick Richards once had in his eyes, that gleam he had in his eyes that has long since left him.
And I know that you can testify to this, Grant, but Nick Richards hasn't always been like this.
No, he was Jesse Adler at one point. He was Charlie Weston at one point. He was one of these good kids, you know, 18, 19 years old, and what has happened to him over the past couple of years is just a shame.
He's getting in the face of Kane Justice. And he's got Jesse Adler. Oh, a little bit of fight back.
Yeah, Kane Justice cannot let Richards manipulate him despite Kane's experience.
Bad, big headbutt. Big headbutt. And I think Nick Richards is feeling a little bit of that headbutt.
Maybe regretting that headbutt.
1, 2. Oh, he got him in the ropes.
You know, when Richards tossed Adler outside the ring there and he took a little breather in the corner, normally, as you pointed out earlier, that would be where Jason Miller would be outside the ring and putting the beat down on Jesse Adler while Richards caught his breath. That was not the case here tonight, and that may fall into the lines of Richards underestimating Adler.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And just the absence of Jason Miller, that gives Nick Richards like one less chance.
Oh my dear God! He kicked him square in the face.
1, 2, kick out.
What a sickening thud when Richards' boot met the forehead of Jesse Adler.
Is he going to go for it again? Oh, no, Adler fighting back with all that he's got. Oh. Fighting back with everything that he has, Grant.
Yeah, but there's not but so much power behind those right hands.
What's he going? Whoa! Oh, drop kick.
Richards ran right into that beautiful leg lariat.
2 down, just a close to.
Kane was bringing that 3 down again. Now, Jesse Adler's had these little moments here and there of getting that Richards off his feet and getting a near fall.
And Nick Richards will have to look. I don't know if this is going to be possible, but he has to look out for the half line of Jesse Adler too, because me and you've seen it before. When he wants to fly, Jesse Adler can fly.
Yeah, it was just a couple weeks ago at the CWF Mid-Atlantic event that we saw Adler hit that 450 on Corey Edsel and almost pulled one of the upsets of history.
Yeah, and Nick Richards is just elbows to the back of the neck and just.
Richards always trying to administer the same pain that he feels in his own body, in his own mind, upon whoever he competes in the squared circle with.
And you know, every time I try to talk to Nick about it, he's like, he has nothing to say. Let his actions speak louder than his words.
Yeah, in Richards' mind, everything he does is completely justified, no matter how sick it may be.
He's going for it. Oh!
Okay, let's get in that second cactus clothesline.
But Jesse Adler dodged that one. He's gonna, boom, big boot. He threw it up there. What's he gonna go for here?
Richards just blindly running in again. Now, thought he had him that time, but big drop kick. Richards goes to the outside.
Is Jesse gonna fly right here? Does he still have it in him to do one of his high flying maneuvers? What do you think, Grant? Does he still have it?
Hey, that's why they call it high risk, because at this stage of the match, it's all or nothing. You know what? Adler may not win this bout, but maybe it's worth the risk. Maybe it's worth attempting
He's going.
some kind of suicidal dive.
He's telling everybody to move. What's he going for? And he hit all of that on Nick Richards. I'll give him that.
Adler didn't have a full steam ahead. You could see how much this match had really taken out of him, but it was enough to take, with his own body weight, it was enough to take Richards down. And now, smartly
he's gonna roll in the ring and
doing the right thing, get it back inside the ring.
Just a 2 by Nick Richards. And there, Kane Justice is so close to coming down on the 3. I'm telling you. Oh, what's he going?
Oh, he's trying to get a front base lock, there he's going, trying to get a hold of tornado DDT, but Richards slips out of it.
We just got the 2.5 minute mark here on the board.
Hurricane Rana! Adler's still on top here, he's got the leg hooked! Creeping all the way down! Adler came that close to pinning the lost cause.
And now Jesse Adler, you can tell he is getting frustrated. You can tell that he is just wanting to end this match. And is that the tornado DDT that he's gonna go for?
He's going for it twice in a row. Only 2 minutes left in this time limit. That may be reeking of desperation.
He hits it again!
He hit it.
What's he gonna go for?
Finally got it that time. Shooting star press by Adler. Here we go. 2 and 3. No! Oh man! You could argue that Kane Justice's hand actually hit the 3 at the same time Richards was coming out of that.
Jesse Adler coming one step closer, hitting the shooting star.
90 seconds left.
Need to watch out.
The clock is running out, but so may be the time for the lost cause. Nick Richards, here comes Adler in the corner. Backdrops him up and over. Adler lucky enough to land on the ring apron there. Kick to Richards' face. Richards in position, this could be it. Adler took one glancing look back at the clock. 1:09 left, possibly trying to go up for the 450 here.
This is all or nothing, like you said, Grant. All or nothing at this point in the
He
match.
needs to hurry and hit fly. No one home. But now he was able to roll all the way through. Richards, go back from behind. Here we go. 2, 3. No. Richards out again.
And
45 seconds.
45 seconds left. As Adler has absolutely almost taken Richards to the limit. Hot shot here, and he beat him.
my goodness.
A 3 count with the hot shot, and Nick Richards escapes by the skin of his teeth after a series of incredibly close falls by Jesse Adler, and the lost cause miraculously leaves the Rising Generation League event victorious.
Lost cause, Nick Richards.
I tell you one thing, Jesse Adler has absolutely nothing to be ashamed with here tonight at this RGL event. He gave it everything he got, and these fans are appreciative of the effort Jesse Adler put forth against the lost cause, Nick Richards.